Hi, this is Steve Strickland with Camtech Engineering, and today on Mastercam Monday I want to talk about dynamic mill. And with it being a dynamic operation, the toolpath is dynamically adjusted to produce a consistent chip load, which is going to lower the wear and tear on the tool you're using, but also allow you to cut at more depth on each pass. And to really illustrate the advantages, we're going to compare against let's say an old school pocket operation. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've jumped ahead a bit and I already have the toolpath set up for the pocket as well as the dynamic mill. And the best way to show the difference is to do a back plot in these regions that we're machining. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pocket first and turn the back plot on. And we're going to jump ahead here to look at when it starts to engage in the corners. And that's going to be really the core difference here. With the pocket operation, you're going to notice in the corners here, it's going to over-engage the material, which is putting significantly more wear and tear on the tool you're using. So while meeting the need and machining this cavity out, you're going to go through tools much faster. So now let's look at the same cavity with machining it with a dynamic mill operation. So now if we take a look at the dynamic mill, the core difference in comparing to the pocket is how the tool is going to engage in these corners. And as you can see, the tool path is constantly adjusted to engage the material consistently, producing a consistent chip load, which is really going to reduce the wear and tear on the tool and overall long term save a lot of money for your shop because of the savings on tooling costs. So now I want to go ahead and take a look at setting up a dynamic mill operation from scratch. As we set up our dynamic mill, we're going to be applying it in these regions of the part. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure our insert arrow is here at the bottom. I'm going to go up to 2D operations and select dynamic mill and select our machining regions. We're going to do that today by using faces. So I'm going to go in here and select the faces that I want to look at. I'm going to say OK and OK again to go into the toolpath parameters. And you're going to want to adjust these based on the specific application or project that you're using and material you're using. But today we're going to stick with defaults for the sake of time. So the tool I'm going to use is a 1/2-inch flat end mill. Under the stock tab, you could set this up as a rest machining operation. In cutting parameters, you can change your type, step over amount, also how much stock you want to leave on walls and floors. You can turn on depth cuts and make finishing passes. And obviously you're going to need to adjust your linking parameters based on your part. So we're going to say OK to select the defaults. And you can see the dynamic mill has been applied in the areas that we selected. So this is going to close out our Mastercam Monday on dynamic mill. And if you're still using a older toolpath such as a pocket, I highly encourage taking a look at dynamic mill. It's probably going to save your shop tooling costs over the long run. And if you had any questions about what we did here today and about how to set up dynamic mill for your specific application, please don't hesitate in reaching out. We would be glad to help. Thank you.